What's up guys, today we are inside of BABFT for Treasure, and today I'm going to show you how to build a hoverboard. I also made a custom track, and it's not really all that great, so yeah, I'm going to work on that later. But today I'm going to show you guys how to make a hoverboard. It's honestly pretty easy, and you don't really have to do much. Now, the items that you're going to need is you're going to need gold, the neon blocks, but you technically don't need them because that's just for extra aesthetics, and one thruster. You're also going to need the scale tool because, yeah. So for all of you that have every tool but the scale tool, I am so sorry. But yeah, so today we are going to do this, and it's actually pretty easy, like I said. But what we're gonna do is I have block join requests and isolation mode on, by the way, just that way no one interferes. But what we're going to do today is we're going to place a gold block or any block that you want your main part of the hoverboard to be made out of, and then we're going to set our scale to 0 and then go up like this. So now it should basically be paper thin above the ground. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scale it out a bit. The longer you want your hoverboard, the more you're going to scale it. I'll scale it out a little bit more than that. I think that's good. But now we're going to hit the plus sign right here, and we're going to change our rotate to 45. And we're going to turn the gold block, or whichever block you're using, once, and we're going to place it just like that. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side too. We're going to do that. So now you should have this. Now, like this thing, we're going to scale these so that way they're also paper thin, and that they are right above the ground. Now we're going to basically do the exact same thing that we just did, except with neon blocks, and we're going to do it on the outside of the gold blocks. So we're going to place one there. This one, I like to have it so that way it goes underneath this part too. First of all, it makes you not have to place one of the neon blocks, but second of all, it just kind of makes the underside look cool too. But what we're going to do is we're going to scale it up so that way it's paper thin. This is the part where you kind of have to check to see if it's touching or not, because it has to be touching. So then we'll have something like this. We're going to scale this in. You can have it a little bit thicker if you want, but I think this is good. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to scale it over. And I did do this correctly, so that's good. If you put it a little bit too high, it'll go over the gold. So just keep that in mind, but it should look like this now. Now what we're going to do is this is the part where you kind of have to place a lot of them. So we're going to place down 4 of them, and they have to all be on these things, the gold things that we made earlier, the tilt things. So we're going to put them on here, and this can take a while if you're not bad. I mean, if you're not good at like lining it up perfectly like I am. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But now you should have this. We're going to do the same thing that we did down here. We're going to scale it so that way it's down like this. We're going to scale it up, and then we're going to go boom. Now, what we're going to do while we're here is we're going to scale this into the other part, just that way it looks a little bit better. We're also going to scale this a little bit less, so that way it lines up better again. But now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing with the rest of those 3 sides. So we will be right back once we have done that. And we are back. So now I have all of the neon scaled down just like this. And now we have the decorating part. If you like how this looks already, you get to skip this part. But if you don't like it, then what you have to do is you take out your paint tool and then you paint it to whichever colors you want. I didn't say that you needed the paint tool because once again this is optional, so it's not like you have to paint it this certain color or it won't work. It can be any color that you want. Like the main part of the board can be any color, the neon part of the board can be any color. It doesn't matter if they mix or match. Like you could have a black and white board, or you could have a blue and green board. It really doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a color that's not going to burn my eyes. So I'm going to put a dark blue, so it's not too neon. Because if you do the really light colors, then it can, it really hurts your eyes. So we don't want that. So we now have this. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take another color. This one is okay if it's light because it's the board, it's not neon. So now we have this, and it's like this. So yeah, now we are basically done. All we need to do is we need to take a thruster, if I can find them, that is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place it on the back of our board right here. It's a little bit tricky, but you kind of want to place it so that way it's not in the ground, but it's not levitating either. So, yeah, once again, this is going to take a while, so I'll get back to you once I finally do this. Okay, so we're back. It didn't take long. So you kind of want it to be like this, so it's kind of clipping through this part, and then this part is right here. Now here's another part where it's optional. You can turn the thruster invisible to make it look better, but again, it's not necessary. So, we have that done. Now we just have to get 2 more golds, and then we're going to place it right in the middle, and then we're going to place it in the ground like that. And then you're basically done. Again, you can turn this invisible so that way it looks like it's hovering. But now, all you have to do is save the build, and each time you want to use it, what you're going to have to do, and that's why I had signs, just to remind myself so that way I know what to do each time, is you're going to place a chair on this side right here. You're going to sit down in the chair, and then you're going to scroll down until you find some cakes. If you don't have the cakes, I'm sorry, but you kind of need the cakes. So, we're going to put down 2 cakes just like this, and then we're going to turn them transparent too, so that way it looks cool. And then it's not going to work until you launch. But I will say that the controls are a bit weird on this. As you can see, I'm pressing W and it doesn't really do anything. Pressing S makes it go zigzag like this, but pressing D and A make it go not slower. I don't know why I was trying to say not, but it makes it go the fastest. I use D a lot, and sometimes I use A, but not really too much. But yeah, as you can see, you can get to pretty good speed with this. So it's a pretty good hoverboard. Now there is ways that you can do it faster. But it's a simple. I'm trying to make a simple hoverboard that doesn't require many materials. So yeah. Now sometimes you get a board that's just not fast. So I don't know why that happens. It's usually because sometimes you accidentally screw up on where you place the thruster. For example, my hoverboard that I saved can go a lot faster than that, if I'm thinking correctly. Again, we're going to delete these because we don't need them. But yeah, if I'm thinking correctly, my hoverboard can go a lot faster. So I placed the thruster right here on mine. So yeah. But this can actually go a lot faster. I don't know why that happens. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, or you want some more Roblox Build-A-Boat for Treasure, and everybody, peace out.